What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a big breaking story from Major League Baseball banning something pretty soon. They're aiming to protect players across the globe with this ban. Cody Bellinger might get $35 million a year if he does opt out. Same with Pete Alonso. They both went yard again. The speedster Chandler Simpson, he basically took on the Blue Jays all by himself on defense and on offense. And Elly De La Cruz, we know that he's another speedster who can get it done on both sides, but he committed his MLB worst 24th save to cost the Reds another run. They're trying to make the playoffs. They can't afford this. Blake Snell, you can see that he's begging Dave Roberts to stand because he's 1 out away from going 7 innings against the juggernaut Phillies. And Jacob deGrom, man, he's been bad lately. The Rangers season might be over. So we'll get into all of that and more in today's recap. But before we show all of the highlights, a quick reminder, be sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off all of your tickets. And if you like fantasy baseball, especially baseball, football, any sport that you can think of, download Underdog Fantasy with my code and they'll give you $50 when you put in 5. So what is this breaking news? What is MLB banning? Well, it was announced today from Jeff Passan that Major League Baseball is banning MLB scouts from seeing juniors and seniors in any capacity in high school from October 15th to January 15th. So essentially a 3-month ban where they cannot scout anyone. They can't video anyone. Those juniors and seniors, they basically have to rest or keep on playing without any exposure. The same applies for college, but it's a 2-month window, November 15th to January 15th. So essentially, Major League Baseball is trying to limit the risk of arm injuries. That's basically the preventative measures that they're trying to take, is that if scouts aren't able to see these guys, maybe these guys will take some time off instead of playing year-round. Back when I played in the early 2010s and even before that, I played year-round because in Vegas, I remember playing the heat and the cold, which meant I was playing the summer and the winter. Not that I was a big-time draft prospect or anything, but even me, a non-draft prospect, played almost every single day. So Major League Baseball is stepping in and they are banning scouts from seeing college players from November 15th to January 15th, and then high school players, juniors and seniors, from October 15th to January 15th. But I don't know about the overseas stuff, so we'll have to wait and see if more information comes out about that. So now that we have the breaking story out the way, we can get into all of the games from yesterday. The Mariners are trying to make it 11 wins in a row. Salvador Perez and Gino, they traded moonshots early on. Salvi, he deleted this 3-run home run almost 440 feet, and Gino, he welcomed back Cole Reagans, the nasty lefty who almost won a Cy Young last year, with a 2-run home run, his 46th of the season. And we love that it went to a Mariners fan. Yaz, he made a sick circus catch to keep some runners off, but the Mariners ended up rallying in the 7th. Gino, he doubled for a second extra base hit of the game, and he scored on a Mitch Garver sac fly. And now it's time for the Mariners to keep on rallying, courtesy of J.P. Crawford. He took over. He had the dive and the bounce pass, and then he went yard. The Mariners are not done. It's 4-3 Seattle. Cal and J-Rod got on. Oh no. J-Rod, he got picked off to end another rally. That cannot happen. Why? Well, because Adam Frazier, he just kept the Royals season alive with the home run. Carter Jensen and Bobby Witt Jr., they added 2 more. Bobby's was on a broken bat double, by the way. He just hustles. As soon as the ball's hit, he's already basically full speed. Carlos Estevez, he became the first reliever in baseball to 40 saves. The Royals are 7 games back, so they essentially need to win every single game the rest of the way. And just like that, the Astros, they can steal back first place if they can complete a sweep of the Rangers. deGrom, man, I don't know if that was strike 3, but it would have been strike 3. And the third out, it was maybe just a nanometer off the plate. Yiner, he ended up with the bases loaded, and it's now a 2-0 Astros lead. The Rangers, they're putting the pressure on now. You had an RBI double from Josh Young. He's been scoring a lot of runs lately. And Cody Freeman, he delivered again. He's batting .320 with 5 RBIs in his last 8 games. Jose got deGrom. His 26th home run was a 2-run home run. Then Jeremy Peña, he also tagged deGrom. Jacob's nearing an almost 5 ERA since the end of July. He's been really bad. Peña, he's trying to do a Jeter throw. Thankfully, Walker is a perennial Gold Glover, so he makes that pick. And we have another web gem. The Astros do in fact sweep as Brian King, his 4-out save, seals first place. But remember, the Mariners are taking on the Astros starting tomorrow. Quite literally, the season is on the line. So now the Guardians have their sights on the Mariners, and they can get within 2.5 games of them for that final wild card spot. The Red Sox are in there as well. We're going to show their game right after this one. The big rig, Gavin Williams, he struck out 9 over 5 scoreless, and the 3-time Gold Glover, Stephen Kwan, he ran a mile to save a run. George Valera, I think his favorite player growing up had to have been Robinson Cano because he's from New York and he has almost the same exact swing. He is so much fun to watch. And can I see those 9 punchies from Gavin? He has 79 strikeouts with a 2.1 ERA over his last 75 innings. He is consistently throwing 97 plus with that hammer curveball. Gabriel Arias, man, he's been great lately. A double and then a stolen base. I don't know if he scores on this little dunker straight to Wenzel because Wenzel does have a cannon. On hell, he gets the pinch hit RBI. J-Ram, he had a 360 no-scope to end the jam in the 8th inning, and Bo, he drove in 2 more. He has 6 runs batted in his last 3 games. The Guardians are 11-1 their last 12 games. They're 4.5 games back of the Tigers for first place in the Central after being, 12 to 16 games back not too long ago. We have to find the Red Sox game now. If the Red Sox lose this game, Cleveland will only be 1.5 games back of them for the final wildcard spot. If the Red Sox win, they'll be tied with the Mariners at 83 and 69. Give this kid the platinum glove. 21 outs above average for the 20. Wait. Cedar Rafaela turned 25 years old today. Happy birthday, Cedar. He's going to win a platinum glove in my opinion. Yoshida, he flared in a single for the lead, but then my friend Dale Hernandez, he tied it for 3 seconds. Rob Refsnyder went off the pole. He has an almost 140 OPS plus. My friend, he has a 3 RBI day. After Lawrence Butler walked with the bases loaded, a ball just got past Romy Gonzalez. It is 4-2 A's, but now the Red Sox are rallying. The bases are loaded from Massa, and he just simply beat the flip. It's 4-3, 4-4. Trevor Story is still being written. He has 7 base hits his last 3 games with 92 RBIs on the season now. Kurtz, he's up. We're in the 10th inning now, by the way. He has 2 on, and Chris Murphy clutched up with a strikeout. And then Nick Sogard, he scores. Nate Eaton, some of the most random names you will ever hear as a Boston Red Sox fan, but that is baseball to a T. Sometimes the randos get it done. Both the Red Sox and the Mariners are 2.5 games up on the Guardians for the final wildcard spot. Let's get the Yankees and Jays games recap so we can see the madness in the NL wildcard, as well as if the Padres can gain a game on the Dodgers in the NL West. Bellinger and Grisham, they have to be Yankees next year, but Bellinger has a player option, and Trent Grisham, he's a full-blown free agent. Trent, he went 432 feet for his 32nd home run. How poetic. Jason Dominguez is a whole lot better versus righties. He has a 64 OPS plus versus lefties, but he did have 2 stolen bases in this game, so 23 on the season. Pretty good rookie season if you ask me. Caballero took a walk. Trent is up with 2 on, and no one's on anymore. The Big Sleep has 33 home runs, but now the Yankees are caving in again. Keishel and Brooksley drove in some runs. Are the Yankees about to lose another big lead? Gavin Williams struck out 3 in the 7th. McMahon had an RBI in the 8th, so the newcomers are doing their jobs. Judge got on for Belly, and Belly hit a whistler. 29 home runs, 97 RBIs, 6 outs above average, and wait for the end of today's recap for Jazz Chisholm's web gem. It was sick. The Yankees could really use a Rays dub because I think they can get to 4 games back of the Jays if that happens. Chandler, he hit his first of 2 doubles. Yandy is loving this because he's been scoring Chandler a bunch lately. Oh, God. Carson Williams, the rookie shortstop, threw a baseball into right field on a potential double play. Kirk, he's a runner and scoring. Whoa, I knew that he was going to make contact, but he wants more. He torched it. Chandler got there, though. A sac fly does tie it, but look at Chandler Simpson still learning his new position. He was an infielder for his entire life. Carson, he doubled, and Chandler, he secured a 3-hit game. He's batting almost 465 his last 7 games, and speaking of 7, Ian Seymour, yeah, that's his name. He went 7 strong. He has a 1.2 ERA as a starting pitcher this year. More 7s. Pete Fairbanks has 27 saves. He is 10 away from 100 for his career. The Jays are 4 games up with 10 games left. The Yankees, they have 3 versus the White Sox and 7 versus the Orioles. The Jays have a whole lot harder of a schedule. They have the Red Sox, Royals, and Rays. So who's going to be the first place team in the East? To the NL wildcard we go. This series actually has dual meanings, just like the Astros and Rangers series. The Padres are not only fighting with the Mets in the wildcard, but they're also in the thick of things in the NL West. Pete, he put both cheeks into this swing. 36 home runs with almost 120 RBIs. The Mets, they kept on answering, so after a sac fly, there was a run, and then again after Cronenworth drove in a run, Marte went yard. But then Luis Ariz bunted to load the bases for Manny Machado, who leads all active players with 13 grand slams. Well, I guess he has 14 now. I mean, Manny Machado with the bases loaded is as good as it gets. But the Mets are answering again. Juan Soto has 41 home runs and 32 stolen bases. Can he get 8 in the next week and a half? Actually, it's pretty much 2 weeks. Francisco Alvarez off the top of the wall. I guess it hit that little pole, that little black pole right behind the fence. It's 6-4. We have Mason versus Juan. Did Juan Soto just tie it? It's slicing. Oh my, it was just barely foul. And then Mason got Juan looking on a slider. And then he got Pete chasing at another slider. Mason Miller has 17 strikeouts in 7 games this month with no runs allowed. Ramon went yard, another newcomer coming in clutch. He has 9 home runs and 30 RBIs in 43 games as a Padre. Suarez, he's in, smoked it, did Juan Soto. Why did I just say that like Yoda? What? Suarez gloved it. He has 39 saves on the season. The Padres, they need the Phillies to win. If the Phillies do win here, the Padres will be one tiny little game back of first place. Ohtani homered again, but that's later in this game. We have to talk about Frederick and Blake Snell. I think this is the first home run allowed to a lefty by Jesus Luzardo all year. And of course, it's Freddie. He has 39 doubles, 21 home runs, and a 140 OPS plus. I have a little small gatekeeping moment. So I was watching this game live. I heard them call Ben Rortvedt Benny Biceps. I get his name is Ben and he's got big biceps, but there's only one Benny Biceps in baseball, right? Pies, he got on, he stole a base. There was an error, and Enrique, he's able to get a free RBI because of it and shut out Blake Snell. He's back in business. Dave Roberts had to tell Alex Vesey, who was on the field coming into the game, that he said, go back there. He did in fact have this. Blake ends it with 95 paint. He had 12 strikeouts, only 2 base hits. He has a 2.18 ERA with 55 strikeouts his last 41 innings. Ohtani now has 51 home runs. He has scored a run, touched home plate 137 times already. He has a 1.036 OPS since 2023. The Padres, they're still stuck at 2 games back. The Reds, they desperately need a bounce back W, and Alec Burleson banked out his 18th home run. But so did the man who rakes, Spencer Steer. His 18th is a 3-run home run for his first of 5 RBIs. Ellie, come on, man. Come on, baby. We got to fix this. He had a bobble and a throwing error on the same exact play. He hands the Cardinals a second run. He's up to 24 errors. That leads the league, which is not a category you want to lead baseball in. Sal Stewart, this kid flat out rakes. Flat out rakes. He doubled ahead of Spencer Steer, another man who rakes. He secures a 5 RBI game, but you guys already knew that. Singer has 14 wins on the season now. He allowed a 1 earned run with 6 strikeouts. The Reds do take it. They need a Giants loss more than they need air to breathe. Well, actually, now that I think about it, a Giants L actually might be more important because the Diamondbacks are ahead. Actually, the Giants need to win so they can push the Diamondbacks further down. Okay, so Brandon Pfaadt, he was insane. He had 2 strikeouts in the 5th. He went 5 no-hit frames. It did get ruined by Drew Gilbert, of all people, in the 6th inning. Justin Verlander, he's been really good in the second half. He went 7 shutout, and Pfaadt went 9 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 base hit. Get this man a W for his efforts, unless you're a Giants or Reds fan. The bases are juiced against Ryan Walker. I mean, he's imploding again. Del Castillo's up. He watched a frisbee slider, and then Alek Thomas, he grounded out, so we're going to extras. There was nothing in the 10th. The first run scored in the 11th. Gerard Encarnacion, he went up the middle. Christian Koss, he ambushed one to the gap on the very first pitch that he saw. It's a 2-run double. McRae had a sac fly. Devers drove in another. And Joel Peguero, he had a 6-out win. He did not allow a single base hit out the pen to end it. So the Reds and the Giants are tied at 2 games back. The Diamondbacks are now 1.5 games back. So I think it was actually good that the Giants won. Unless you're a Diamondbacks fan. That sucks. The Cubs and Brewers are getting some pretty nice tune-ups before the last week of the season. The Cubs, they're about to sweep the Pirates. The Brewers, they're kicking the Halos in the teeth. Hap, he is on another planet right now. He has 23 home runs. He's batting .353 with 7 home runs and 16 RBIs his last 18 games. Moises Ballesteros, what a leg kick and aggressive swing. He missed going to the Allegheny River by an inch. I'm pretty sure hit the very top of that fence out there. Joey Bart darts are back. A 3-run cannonball. Matthew Boyd has been awful lately. He carried the Cubs in the first half. Now it's time for the offense to return the favor and carry him. There's a base hit, a walk. It's 4-4. Then Michael Busch had an RBI sac fly. Ian Happ, I mean, yeah, he's just, it's Cubs all day. Turner had some deja vu with sort of the same swing in the 6th and the 8th. He scored Dansby with Ian Happ on. The Cubs, for the first time since 2020, are going to the playoffs. Ouchie. I hope that Jose Soriano is okay. Apparently, the X-rays already came back there negative. Praise the Lord. Blake Perkins, he laced a base, his little 2-run knockoff of Connor Brogdon. And then Sal Frelick flicked his wrist again. This is off of Connor Brogdon as well. He has 11 home runs, 19 stolen bases, a .365 on base, and 6 outs above average. Ward, he has 32 home runs after going 430 feet. He is 1 RBI away from 100 for the season. Woodruff struck out 9 over 5. Only 2 base hits, by the way. He has an almost 12 strikeouts per 9. He has 83 strikeouts in 64 innings. Taylor Ward did it. I know that the Angels got beat up, but he has 33 home runs and 100 RBIs on the dot. and now we have some Angels baseball, baby. A free 6-run for the Brewers. Then the Brewers got close to double digits with a Blake Perkins triple with the bases loaded. So if you're doing the math, this is the second guy in today's recap with a 5 RBI game. The Brewers have 93 wins. The Braves might honestly never lose again. It seems like they're scoring almost double-digit runs every game, the last few. Now, it did take a minute. Waldrop, he was great through 4, but he gave up 3 in the 5th. Cruz, Hassel, and Wood, they all did their things. I mean, the core for the Nationals can be awesome if Cruz and Hassel really use this season to build on what they need to figure out going forward. Baldwin, he started to come back for the Braves. He gapped an RBI double. Ronald scored all the way from first. Ozuna drove in 2, and now it's 3-3 off the bat of Nacho Alvarez. Ozuna, you can't do that. The final out of third, tisk. That is a cardinal sin, but still it's 4-3 nonetheless, and of course, there's a way. Matt Olson obliterated his 5th in the last 6 games, his 7th this month. He's batting .390 since August 27th. Ozuna had another RBI. Kim, I think, drove in 2 on a single later in the 9th. And staying with Ha-Seong Kim, we're actually going to go back to the 7th. Look at this bare hand play. The Braves have won 5 games in a row. They're 8.5 games back, so I think one more L and they're done. But imagine if they just won out and somehow squeaked into the playoffs. It's not likely. It's probably not going to happen, but they're looking pretty good heading into 2026. The rookies showed up again for the Orioles. Jeremiah Jackson and Dylan Beavers did all of the damage versus Chicago. So this ball is off of Miguel Vargas' glove over there at third base. Mayo, he's another rookie. He stayed hot and got on for Beavers. By the way, Mayo is batting .400 the last week, and Beavers, he has 2 home runs in as many days. He's fast. He has an elite eye already. He has pretty good bat speeds and exit velocities. Tauchman, I'm going to show this for all of my White Sox fans. He has a 115 OPS plus after that home run. That was the only run that Tyler Wells allowed, who again looks rock solid with Kyle Bradish heading into 2026. Keegan Aiken has 7 saves. The Orioles are 11-4 this month. The Marlins are making a mid-game comeback against the Rockies after Colorado put up a few. Liam Hicks and Jacob Marcy both singled in some runs, with Javier Sanoja doubling in a run in between. Beck, he retied it though. It's 3-3. Augustine, he's about to put the Marlins on his back. He had a sac fly in the 6th, and he slugged out a 2-run blast a few innings later. The rookie catcher has a ton of work to do on defense. He's probably not going to be a catcher going forward, but offensively, he's going to be a problem for years to come. He has 29 doubles, 21 home runs, and 12 stolen bases. That is crazy fantasy production for a catcher. Mickey Moniak, of course, he went to the second deck. It's against the righty. He has 23 home runs. His 4th home run his last 3. He's a Coors Field merchant all the way. He's batting .310 with a 960 OPS at Coors, which is insane. The Marlins have won 2 games in a row. They're 6 games back, so just like the Braves, they're still technically alive. And there we have it, another recap in the books. The season is winding down, so don't miss out on any of these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as on Underdog Fantasy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Enjoy the web gems.
Way out into right center field. And Gilbert tracks it down. 3-2 is lined to left field. Riley Green lays out and makes the catch.
Oh, nice play by Chisholm. Throw to first. Got him.
Fly ball in the air to the gap into left center field. Who wants it? Oh!